In this video, we're going to have a look at the difference between the original PS1 and the PS Classic. Here we go. What is up, guys, and welcome back to yet another video. As you guys know, I am a super fan of the PlayStation. I've always been a massive fan of a console. I enjoy playing games on a console, and especially the PS1 console is close to my heart, as I think to many of us, because that is where it all started for us. So what Sony did, I don't know if Sony brought it out, but there's a remake on the PS1 console called the PS Classic. Now, what I'm going to do in this video, we're going to have a look at these consoles to see how are they the same and how are they different, and did they do a good job, and is it worth it buying the PS Classic? So let's not waste any time. Let's get into it, guys. Let me know in the comments, what was your favorite PS1 game? Here we go. So first of all, we are going to have a look at the OG PS1 console. Now this is one beautiful console right here. I'm absolutely in love with the design of this console. Just look at that, guys. It is so pretty. Now, this console still, you had to pop open the hood to put the game inside. Now, I remember as a child, when the game didn't want to work, you had to blow in there and then you try it again. So, but this is a real nostalgic feeling. It's a super nostalgic feeling to pop the hood, pop in a game and start playing. Now, I am super in love with the design of the PS1 console. I really love it. Mine, the hood doesn't work so well anymore, but I'm in love with the way they designed this console. It is super beautiful. You have your RCA inputs as well as your power cable in the back, and then you have the old famous reset button. When the game didn't want to work, you pop that reset button. So this is the original PS1 console. It is super beautiful. I'm absolutely in love with this, and you have your two memory card slots right there, which is a very necessary in those long games. Now, this is something that I think they upgraded from the NES consoles, where you couldn't save. Now, this really took gameplay to another level for me as an individual, since you could now save your progress and go on the next time. Now, the memory cards were always a massive cool thing to have. I feel like all the rich people had memory cards because I didn't have one. But this is what the PlayStation, the OG PlayStation 1 console looks like. Look at that absolute beauty right there. Now, let's take on the PS Classic console and let's look at the difference. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, I do not see any difference, beside the fact that it's as big as a cell phone. Hello? The PS Classic is a super small console. Now, I actually got fooled into this. I bought this console off an online store. I'm not going to say the name. I bought it off an online store, and once it came there and I opened the box, I got this. Now, look at this. What is this? Is it a cell phone? Is it a calculator? And I thought to myself, now, how am I going to fit a disc in here? And then I pressed the button and nothing happened. And then I'm like, oh, no, it says open, but when I press it, it doesn't open. So I thought it might be broken. But then I realized that this is actually just an onboard game system. So all the games are built into the game or into the console. Now, you still have your memory card slots over there, but they are just for the looks. You cannot put anything in there. Now, where the PlayStation 1 original console remote did not have the USBs, this one have the USB controllers, or has the USB controllers over here. Now, you kind of get the same look and feel. They still did the same finish over there and in front as well, but half of the stuff are not really workable. They don't really work. So if you click them, it doesn't open. You cannot insert a memory card, but you do get the whole nostalgic PS1 feeling from it if you take a look at it. From a look point of view, I think this is pretty sweet. I think it's really cool, especially if you're a massive PS1 lover and you want to travel somewhere. This one fits right in your pocket. Right, you can just put it in your pocket. It's a pocket PlayStation 1. So you have your reset button over there, you have your power button over there, and then you have your open button, which doesn't open. But I think they just wanted to replicate the way it looks. Now, if you look at the back, no more RCA. You got the HDMI cable, as well as, I call this the BlackBerry charging cable for power. So from a looks point of view, this kind of does look the same, and it does really look cool. It does really look cool because it's super small, but it still has the vibe of the PS1 console. Now, when it comes to gaming, this is something that I was actually a little bit, why? Because there's certain games that I really want to play on my PS1. So as I opened this, I saw the games were preloaded. Now, they did put Tekken 3, which is an amazing game, on there, as well as Metal Gear Solid on there, yes. And those are my two favorite games on the PS1. So as I put it on and those games were on there, I got a sense of relief that, they actually did quite a good job with this. But I soon realized that games like Spyro, Crash Bandicoot, the games that I really like to play as well, Croc, were not on here. And I know there's a software that you can do, but I don't want to do that because I want to keep all my stuff authentic. So the one downfall of this console is that the games are on there. The games that are on there are the games that you're going to play. Now, to move back to the original PS1, the downfall of this is that the games on this is super scarce. Very, very scarce. Now, I do have a few titles that I will share with you in a second. Give me a second. So the first PlayStation 1 title that I got on my PlayStation 1 collection is FIFA 99. We are already at FIFA 21 if I'm not mistaken, so this is an absolute classic. Next up, we've got the one and only Tekken 3. If you don't know this game, get out of here, man. Where have you been? One of the best games ever made on any console. Now, up next, we have a highly underrated game, Croc. I don't know if you guys played this. It's got the same dynamics as Spyro and Crash Bandicoot. I am a massive fan of the little Croc guy. Very, very cool title. Up next, we have a game that was gifted to me by Retro Collect ZA. Massive Toy Story fan, Toy Story 2. I cannot wait actually to play this. I've never played this before. Awesome little item to add to the collection. Up next, this has to be my favorite game of all time. Gran Turismo 2. What a game. You play your ass off just to get that one Suzuki so you can drive 400 kilometers an hour and just win all the races. GT2, what a classic. What a classic. Then this is also a game that I've never played before, but apparently it's good. Pool Shark. Picked this up for the South Africans, I think like $20. For the Americans, like fucking $4 or something. Awesome little title as well. Then we got Crash Bash. Also a Crash Bandicoot franchise. I'm a massive fan of Crash Bandicoot as well. Haven't played this, but also pretty cool to have. Then we have one of the classics again, V-Rally. V-Rally was also a very, very fun game that I played as a child. And I think this is where everybody started their whole rally journey, was on V-Rally. Then we have another classic racing game, Test Drive 4. I'm looking for the rest of these. I do want to collect all of them. So yeah, Test Drive 4. Then, the one, the only, where is it? Let me get it. Here it is. Tony Hawk Pro Skater. This was amazing. If you don't know this in Tekken, I don't know where you've been in your life, bro. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's move on to the next scene. So just something extra that I'd like to share with you is I found a PlayStation 1 memory card. I actually got it with my Croc when I ordered it online. I found a little Croc memory card. Now, I mean, if this does not make you nostalgic, what will? A sweet little Croc memory card. Pop in, save your game, continue the next time. Now let's have a look at the remotes. So this is the PS Classic remote, right? Now the OG, the very first PS1 remotes also look like this. Now if you go back to my previous video on the evolution of the PS1 or the PS remotes, you would say that I talk. You would hear that I talk about this remote. Now I do like it. There's nothing wrong with it, but it does feel a little bit cheap to me, right? It does feel a little bit cheap to me. And as we said before, it's got the USB connection. So this is the remote that comes with the PS Classic, where the PS1 remote feels much more heavy duty, much more stable, and it does come with this connection type. So this does not work in the PS Classic, but I'm a bigger fan of this remote as it feels like you're holding something, right? You're holding something sturdy and something that's of high quality, where the PS Classic remote doesn't feel that good to me. So yeah, man, guys, all in all, I would personally say if you cannot get your hands on a PS1 original console with some games, the PS Classic is not a bad buy. So up next, we are going to have a look at the differences in the remotes. So here we can see the original PS1 remote, right? It still comes with the analogs. This is not the OG, because we're gonna have a look at the PS Classic controller, which actually looks like the OG PS controller. But this is a quality, heavy duty, strong controller. It comes with this input, not like the PS Classic, which is USB, but the look and feel is kind of the same. But you can feel that this is a quality remote, and this was also the cause of many fights, like we said before. Now let's have a look at the PS Classic remote. Now this is the little small remote. The OG controller on the PS1 actually looked like this. It did not come with the analogs. The look of this is pretty cool, pretty sexy, but the feel is not that great. It's a super light, not very strong feel to it, but it is a cool little controller, and it is a USB input. All in all, my feel on the PS Classic, if you cannot get your hands on the original PS1 console, do not hesitate buying the PS Classic. It is fun. It does take you back. It has Tekken and Metal Gear on it. What more do you need? And Destruction Derby. There's a few fun games on there. So if you're looking at buying the PS Classic, do not hesitate. From personal opinion, I would say do it. It's a really cool thing to add to your collection, or just to have fun, go back in time. It does come with 2 remotes. My other remote is here somewhere. It does come with 2 remotes, so you can play 2-player. It's got a built-in memory card, so you can save your progress. One last thing before we go, I found this really cool PS1 memory card. It's a Croc memory card that came with my copy of Croc. So another cool thing that I added to my collection. Ladies and gentlemen, that is it for our video. Can I please ask you to like, share, and subscribe to my channel? I would really appreciate it. Your comments and your likes really help the channel grow. So thank you so much for all the support we've been getting, guys. And you guys have yourselves a wonderful day. I will see you in the next one. Thank you amtech.co.za for making all my videos possible. See you guys soon. Have a good one. Cheerio.